So guys, we are back, and we did quite a bit of milling on the weekend, but it's Monday and we need to keep the ball rolling on milling. Unfortunately, I don't have that footage to edit for you guys. It's on my girlfriend's phone. Hopefully I'll get that and edit that and post that later, but right now we're about to jump on the MT100 and move a pile of offcuts. So we got the MT100 warming up. Did a lot of milling. Got those rotted pines that were over here milled up for the customer. Again, don't know what they're going to do with them or why they wanted them milled because of how bad they were. But we got a couple offcuts here that are decent 2-bys. The rest of this is just junk. It's a bunch of 1-bys. They're rotted. They broke coming off. We got some offcuts of a nice little pine that I milled up Sunday. And we got some offcuts back here for the very first pine I milled. We showed that video back in January. So need to move all this stuff. It's piled up beside the mill, put it somewhere. Got to figure out what we're going to start doing with this stuff. Would be nice to have a wood chipper just for all this stuff for the chipper, so we get more chips for the chip pile over here. But I don't have that right now, so this stuff needs to move somewhere else, and we need to get started on milling some of those pines we've got. So let's go ahead and jump on the MT and move some of this stuff. Probably just take it from here, pile it up right here for the time being. So guys, not sure if you're gonna hear me on the MT, but we got the mic on, so maybe. This probably would have been a better job for the grapple than the pallet fork, especially the way this is all laid out over here. Yeah, I think we'll get the grapple. All right, now we got the E42 warming up. What we're gonna do is come over here. Oh, those are those 4x10s the guy wanted out of that rotten pine. They're all right, I guess. I mean, it's what he wanted. Felt like a waste of time, gas, and bands to me, but a couple of them are decent, but most of them are still, like I said, very soft, termite damage, all that. So I think what we're gonna do now is come and grab this log right here to start this pine expedition, and we're gonna get it with the E42. We're gonna cut it down to right at 16 feet, and we're gonna start milling these things one by one. Goal is to get a 6x6 out of the center of each one, and then everything offcut extra dimensionally, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x4s, all that, as we get down to that 6x6 is just icing on the cake, and reserves to the bank or the fund for the brick house and the double wide reno. So let's go ahead and get the E42. Should be about warmed up, and grab our first log. All right guys, we got the E42 warmed up. Let's go ahead and snatch that log, and hopefully the video turns out great, because I have finally thrown away all my GoPros. I have given up on GoPro. I've owned several iterations of GoPro from like number 4 all the way up to like 11 or 12. Sick and tired of them. DJI has been great as far as microphones and everything else, and the Osmo Pocket 3, so we finally got the Action 5 Pro, so that's what we're shooting on right now. So it should look a lot better than the GoPro footage from 2 videos back, last video. Just sick and tired of GoPro. Actually, we're just gonna let that sit there a minute because I realized that the sawmill head is not all the way back because I need to adjust something. The blade guide is out of adjustment. I noticed on the last video when we were milling that my cuts were not straight, and I found out why. It was because that blade guard over there is going uphill. When you push it in, it goes kind of uphill and pinches the blade up and makes it cut crooked. So we need to adjust that real quick, and then we'll get to milling. We'll tape this off 16 foot, cut the end off because this is way too long for this mill, and get doing some sawmilling. So guys, this is what I'm talking about, is this guide right here. When you push it in, you see how the, maybe you can see, the blade goes uphill and deflects. So there is an adjustment on this. There's a couple little screws here, and on the other side, I think we can just loosen those up and push it in, and it'll kind of level itself out due to the blade tension. But we'll do that real quick, and then should be good to mill. All right, guys, so we got that adjusted. Basically, all I did was loosen up those little screws, run it in and out until it was basically in a neutral position, and then I checked it with the tape measure between the blade and the bunk here till they were even. So we've got this log up here we've marked out right to a little past 16 feet, just so we have a spot so, you know, we can monkey around with it. Actually, we just probably need to clean this other end up because of it being, you know, we should probably just go ahead and flatten it here, or straighten it up there, and then measure the seam again because we measured off of that end. So I think that was like 8 or 9 inches over there. So yeah, go ahead and get the steel warming up, cut that up, and start milling. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get positioned and we can finally start milling today. Finally ready. Let's get at it. All right, guys, so we got it basically down to a 10 by 10 now. We got to clean up a little bit of this where the live edge or the bark's still on. So we're going to turn it and cut a little off this face, a little off this face, and we should have a nice 6 by 6 there in the center and some nice 1 by or 2 by, depending on what way we cut it. All right, guys, so we are done with this log. Took quite a bit, but we did have to adjust the blade and all, and a little bit of setup, which if we threw another one on right now would take a lot less time. So we got one 6 by 6 by 16 up here on the deck. We got two 2 by 8 by 16s, one 1 by 8 by 16, a 2 by 6. Wait. Brain fart. Let me start over. My numbers are all running together. So we got a 2 by 6 by 16, two 2 by 8 by 16, a 1 by or a 2 by 10 by 16, a 1 by 8 by 16, and our 6 by 6 by 16. It's a lot of numbers. Say it 10 times fast. So I'm gonna go jump on the MT, get this stuff loaded up. We're gonna move it over to where I've had the wood temporarily set up on one of my trailers. I do desperately need to figure out a place to dry my wood. We're going to air dry it. I've heard that pine takes about a month or so to get to about 20% or less moisture, which is fine to start building with. Might be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments if I am, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard from other people on YouTube and around on the internet. We need to mill a lot more 6 by 6 posts so we can make that pole barn to put the sawmill under, and some kind of cover for the wood here, and then a firewood bunk cover, something for all the firewood back here that we still need to process. We got plenty of saw logs back here, so much so that hopefully we can get to milling more frequently during the week instead of just 1 or 2 day here or there, so we can get this stuff milled before it starts to rot and turn bad, because time is of the essence, especially on the softwoods like the pines here. And we got some cedars in the back we need to pull out. We got lots of projects coming ahead. I need to redeck my car trailer. Be great for this. We got a nice fence we want to put up across the front of the farm, as well as some wrought iron gates, move our main driveway. Lots and lots of projects coming ahead for the sawmill and milled lumber. And you know, I think I'll end out the video here. I got some other stuff to do. I got to film a TikTok and a reel and a YouTube short and all that stuff, and maybe mill another log before it gets dark after I get that stuff knocked out off camera, but not too sure. So guys, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future sawmill, farm, carpentry, and what other content we put on this channel coming up. I'll see you guys in the next one.